Guys, it's been 2 days since the El Clasico defeat, right? And there's been a lot of buzz that's been going on since the Clasico, right? Since we lost, right? And one of the biggest buzz that came out of the Clasico is what happened after the game, right? When, all of the, I guess, infighting, Yamal getting cornered, we saw the things that Carvajal, said, and people like Vinny, what they were doing. And, it's created a lot of buzz, right? It's created a lot of buzz. Many people think that, Yamal deserved it. Some people think that the Madridistas, Madrid players went overboard. And it's kind of brought up a very important conversation when it comes to Yamal, right? Because I think even a lot of Barca fans, they're beginning to get frustrated with Lamine, right? Many people feel like Lamine Yamal, especially this season, he's not the same guy he was last season. He doesn't have the same drive, the same hunger, the same mindset that he had last season. Many people believe that Lamine Yamal this season is a lot more comfortable, right? He's acting different, right? He's not acting like himself. He's not acting like that guy that had something to prove. He's acting like he's already made it, right? And a lot of Barca fans I've seen being frustrated by this. A lot of rival fans or football fans, they're getting tired of seeing Lamine Yamal's, I guess, ignorance and arrogance, right, out off the pitch, right? Some of the things that he does on social media. Many people don't like his antics, before games when he's on Instagram in his stories and saying the things he says. Many people have a problem with it, right? And as far as the Barcelona game between Barca and Madrid is concerned, right? I just want to first of all just focus on that. Now, I'm going to be unbiased when I say this. I think that when it comes to what Yamal did, right, before the game, because we all know why the Madridistas or the Madrid players were very pissed, right? Why they were fuming. It's what Yamal said before the game. Now, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you've been living under a rock. I think 2 days before the Clásico, Lamine Yamal was in a show, or he attended an event, right? And he was being interviewed, right? And the people that were interviewing him in this show, they knew what they were doing. They were trying to get generate buzz for the Clásico. They basically called out Yamal, asked him a few questions and stuff, and basically they were trying to put him in the spot to kind of say something reckless, and Yamal fell for it, right? He came out, they asked him about Real Madrid and the complaining and stuff, and Lamine Yamal in his own mind said things like he said that Madrid complain all the time, talked about the fact that they cheat. He said a lot of things that would rub a Madrid fan or a Madrid player the wrong way, right? Honestly, and I can even say that as a Barca fan, right? It's the truth, right? He said what he said, right? Through strong digs at Real Madrid, and with no surprise, Real Madrid players were not happy. Real Madrid fans were not happy, right? And that is not the issue, right? I didn't expect Madrid players and Madrid fans to be happy about what Yamal said. And my honest opinion about what Yamal said is this. I'm going to be very honest, guys. I am an old school fan. I've been supporting this club for nigh on 20 years, right? I have seen different eras of Barcelona and Real Madrid. I have seen some of the most, I would say, the craziest Clásicos. I know what this game means to both Barcelona and Real Madrid. And for many football fans, right, they don't understand, and I feel like especially younger fans don't understand just how deep this game really is to the fans, right? This match, this game, this rivalry, the reason why it is so big is because it's more than just football. There is a lot of other stuff behind the scenes that are involved in this game. It's political as well. Madrid is the king's club. Real Barcelona, they are the club of Catalonia. right? They represent what basically the Catalonians are fighting for. So there is a lot of personal animosity between Real Madrid and Barca. It is ingrained in Barca and Madrid fans from a young age that this is the enemy. We hate these people. You've seen it when Luis Figo left Barcelona and went to Real Madrid. You guys saw the reaction. It wasn't just rivalry. It was pure hatred. Pure at the highest sense, right? How much Barcelona fans hated Figo because it is that personal to them. You understand what I mean, right? And in my lifetime as a Barca fan, I remember when this rivalry was at its peak levels of hatred was during the Pep and Mourinho era. From 2010 all the way to 2013, I truly believe that El Clásico was not as heated, it wasn't as personal, it wasn't as absolutely toxic as it was during those 3 years. There was no love. There was digs being thrown at each other from either the managers to the players. It got really, really bad. Do not get it twisted. You had Ramos and Piqué having their beef. It was personal, right? Mourinho talking all their crap against Barcelona. Pep Guardiola responded to Mourinho. There was so much animosity, and you saw it in every single Clásico that occurred during that time. There was never a Clásico during the Mourinho Pep time that ever ended in peace. There was always fighting on the pitch, reckless tackles. It was absolutely toxic. And for me, as a young man growing up, that for me, it changed a lot of the way I saw this game between Barca and Madrid. It made my hatred for Real Madrid even more pure during the Mourinho Pep era. Right? And during that time, Barca and Madrid had no problem talking shit to each other. Whether it was the players, Madrid players talking their crap about Barcelona, or Barcelona players talking their crap about Real Madrid. The managers were involved in it. And back then, people enjoyed that. Because that's what rivalry was supposed to be. That is why even Premier League fans, La Liga fans, Serie A fans, League fans, whoever fan you were watching El Clásico because it was that heated. Lamine Yamal saying what he said, and seeing people like Carvajal, the way they reacted to it. First of all, Carvajal is one to talk. I remember specifically in 2017 in the Super Cup, the España, in the return leg at the Bernabeu, they beat us 2-0. When they scored, this brother walked up to our fans, knew where our fans were, our Barca section were, and he gave the Barca fans the middle finger. Was he taking the high road when he did that? No, because he is a Madridista. He's been a Madrid fan his whole life, and he's a Madrid academy product. It was ingrained in him from a young age to hate Barcelona. For him to come out and ask this guy, Lamine Yamal, to be respectful, is quite rich coming from him. Right? It's quite rich coming from him. I genuinely believe that as Barca and Madrid fans, we should be encouraging our players to talk their talk. Because it makes us fans be more hyped up for it. If Vinicius or Mbappe threw digs at Barcelona, you're damn right a lot of Madrid fans would have had absolutely no problem with it. In fact, they would have been happy that he said what he said. Because talk your talk and walk your walk. And that is what's important. Walking the walk is just as important as talking the talk. And this is why it's going to go back, and I'm going to talk about Lamine Yamal. When it comes to Lamine Yamal, the problem that I have with him is this. I feel like he does not do too much talking. Now, I don't have a problem with players that talk too much. I don't have a problem with it. Zlatan Ibrahimovic is one of my favorite players of all time, right? This brother talked so much crap before games. he would hype himself up to the ends of the earth. But the thing with Ibrahimovic and why I admired him is because he was a guy who usually walked the walk as much as he talked. And the thing with Yamal is this: when you talk, people listen. People listen, and people are waiting for you to respond. When you don't respond on the pitch, you're going to get clowned. It's the way things work. That's why even the way Bellingham reacted on social media, I actually had no problem with that. I was like, hey, game is game. You won the Clásico, talk your talk. But for these guys to attack Lamine Yamal, like how dare Lamine Yamal talk his talk. Bruh, yes, troll Lamine Yamal. Yes, talk your shit about Lamine Yamal. Heck, you know what? If you want, go to the locker room, dance, talk, insult Lamine Yamal, say, make songs about Lamine Yamal, talking your crap about him. That's not a problem. But when you're actually trying to physically attack this guy, that's when I'm like, bro, this is actually pathetic. Why? Why do you need to do that? Right? Yes, you won. Take your W and talk your talk. Talk your shit. No problem. Lamine Yamal talk this shit. You get to talk your shit when you win. It is what it is. Right? But for you guys to react the way you did, it really is pathetic in my mind. Because, okay, you're just showing that you're soft. Right? Okay, so he threw digs at you. Okay, you don't have to be happy about it. But for you to go and attack him like how dare he talk shit about us is embarrassing. Because I'll tell you this, your players would talk shit about Barcelona. I wouldn't have a problem with it, but I want my players to respond on the pitch. That's the thing. So it is what it is. And as far as Lamine Yamal is concerned, like I mentioned, he is a little big-headed, but I'll make a video about that on another occasion. But it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section below. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and yeah, man, let me know in the comment section. This guy Barca, this guy Catalonia, and peace. Take care.